comes Greg right now, the slow speed characteristics of the airplane. He's got the gear down, he's got the flaps down. Aerodynamically dirty. Aerodynamically dirty, which is our landing configuration. Just clean the airplane up and come back around. We'll be setting up for his landing here in just a couple of minutes. Retired FAA air traffic controller. Becoming airline pilot and airshow pilot. I think Myron owns two of these airplanes right now, the T-33s that have been restored. He's one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast. One thing about these early jet engines, they are thirsty beasts. And that's one of the reasons that the tip tanks are on the T-33. The thin wing necessary for the high speed didn't have enough fuel capacity for the I-40 jet engine. It sucks fuel at a prodigious rate. It's kind of like owning a great big SUV that can't pass a gas station without stopping. Well, the tip tanks were added to increase the fuel load of the airplane and give it some longer legs. Here comes Greg now coming by for a photo pass. He pulls the wings up in a 4-point slow hesitation roll. And our air boss has cleared him to land. We'll be getting ready for, well, one of the major acts we're going to have here today, and I hope you're ready for it, because it's got a little bit of Hollywood involved. Beautiful photo passes. Greg kicks over and he'll be setting up on downwind here in just a couple of minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's turn the narrator duties over to our narrator for Tora. Ray, you got it.
Thank you very much, Hugh. Ladies and gentlemen and kids, help me here for a moment. Close your eyes for just a moment. Help me in creating a giant chamber of imagination. In our chamber of imagination today, we're going to take you back to December of 1941, over 70 years ago. In December of 1941, Europe is conquered by the blitzkrieg tactics of the German war machine. Britain is valiantly standing at bay. China and Japan are locked in total war. Half of the world is enveloped in bloody conflict, and incredibly, the United States of America is still asleep. In our giant chamber of imagination, imagine with me that you're there and it's 7:55 a.m. on December 7th of 1941. And it's a peaceful Sunday morning over 70 years ago at a place called Pearl Harbor in the beautiful and serene Hawaiian Islands. America's greatest naval base is awakening this morning with most of the fleet anchored peacefully within the confines of the harbor. Indicating a totally successful surprise raid is flashback to the carrier task force before the first bomb falls. The message was Tora, Tiger. A single remote radar station had spotted the incoming raiders, but mistook them for a flight of B-17s due in from the mainland. Those B-17s arrived, and like America itself, find themselves in the middle of a war that had not been declared. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tora. Tora Tora, the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, and we've taken you back to
Đây là những chiếc máy bay đã tham chiến trong tức là chặn ở địa chỉ chiến chiến đang trao cảng những chiếc máy bay của Nhật Bản trong phi đội tàu phong của Nhật Bản.
Imagine what it must have been like with 183 fighters and bombers, just as you see in front of you right now, wreaking havoc all over Oahu, Pearl Harbor, and Hickam Field, the main target, but all over the island. The Cape torpedo bombers going through with the torpedoes underneath the wings. High overhead, the bow dive bombers, the airplane with the red tail diving down with special armor-piercing bombs we'll talk about in just a moment. And the Zeros, the one coming in from the left, simulating the strafing run. Yes, this is Tora. We've taken you back to that fateful morning. When the first bombs began to fall, Army Air Corps pilots Kenneth Taylor and George Welch were just returning from a night on the town. These brave pilots raced to their planes, which are fueled and armed with 30 caliber ammunition for aerial combat practice, and quickly found themselves wound up in the middle of the very real thing. The two second lieutenants caught up with the Japanese at Iwa, a Marine base and auxiliary field close to Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field. After shooting down two Japanese bound live bombers, Taylor and Welch ran out of ammunition, landed at Wheeler Field near the center of the island. There, Taylor and Welch reloaded with 30 and 50 caliber ammo and took off to fight again. The two are credited with downing a total of 6 Japanese warplanes before their own planes were disabled. Both pilots received Distinguished Service Cross for their actions that infamous day. You can see them in front of you right now. Tora, the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The Japanese Zeros doing strafing runs. The Val dive bombers dropping bombs. The Cape torpedo bombers dropping torpedoes. Yes, we've taken you back to that fateful morning. In the center of the island, on the eastern edge of Port Island, 7 battleships lay at burn. California, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Tennessee, Arizona, and the Nevada. The Japanese hit first with Cape torpedo bombers like you see in front of you right now. The initial wave of Cape in the Oklahoma, California, Nevada, West Virginia, and these beams were equipped with special shallow running torpedoes designed specifically for the attack on Pearl Harbor. You see, the shallow waters at Pearl Harbor would not allow the use of normal deep-running torpedoes. Thus, the Japanese could not claim that this was an attack of opportunity. They had planned this event quite a long time in the past. Then came the Val dive bombers. You see the one with the red tail and the wheel sticking down high to your left. Armed with 1,700-pound armor-busting projectiles made for 16-inch battleship bombs. These planes dived down on Nevada and Arizona. Anti-aircraft fire veered the bombs away from the Nevada on the first wave, but the Arizona wasn't that lucky.
World War II.
Japan
plane.
Dropped from a tank bomber, stabbed the Arizona through her forward magazines and exploded, touching off $1 billion pounds of gunpowder. A sailor on the Nevada watched the Arizona jump up at least 15 to 20 feet in the water and break into two, forever entrapping 1,200 American servicemen in an underwater tomb. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, kids, we've taken you back to that fateful morning of December 7th, 1941. The surprise, Tora, Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. You are there. Listen to the sound of the air raid sirens that must have been going off that morning. Listen to the sound of the engines, the sound of explosions and gunfire, and you can just imagine what it must have been like. At Marine Corps Air Station Eva,
when they go down, bomb.
Was on guard duty when 9
Not fire, but bomb. And when they go down, bomb.
45 caliber pistol and began firing on the airplane. The Japanese pilot, Yoshoshiga, saw Thompson firing back. Years later, Shiga remembered Thompson's tenacity and fighting spirit, describing the lone Marine as the bravest.
Cứ mỗi khi mà chiếc máy bay bay ngang qua là nó bỏ bom xuống. Đó, như vậy chiếc nó sắp nổ. Bum, đó.
Soldiers were bringing their weapons to bear in the fight. Anything.
Chứ không phải là ở dưới bắn lên.
Their 45 pistols, the Springfield rifles.
Đây là những chiếc máy bay mà tham gia trong địa chỉ thế chiến của Nhật Bản đã đánh tan nát cả một chiến hạm Thái Bình Dương của Mỹ, đó là Ihapo.
But there were 183 of these fighters and bombers, and we were only able to shoot down maybe about 10 of them. Meanwhile, at Bellows Field on the northeast coast of the island, 4 U.S. Army Air Force pilots were racing to their P-40 Warhawks, anxious to get into the fray. Just then, Japanese Zeros appeared and started strafing runs like you see coming in from the left right now. One P-40 pilot was killed as he just stepped into his cockpit. 2 other P-40s were down just as they Yes, you're witnessing the utter devastation and total surprise brought by the Japanese to Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field and all over the Hawaiian island of Oahu. They caught us completely surprised on December 7th, 1941. The flight of 16 B-17s coming from the mainland, the ones that were supposed to be in and mistaken as radar, the Japanese raiders were mistaken for them. They finally get there and are immediately attacked by the Zeros. And the B-17s were shot at by friend and foe, and the frightened crews landed wherever they could. You can imagine what they thought at that time. They were where they looked. There were Japanese airplanes, torpedo bombers, Val-Eye bombers, Zeros. They came into a war that they didn't even know even existed. The bombs were going off. They could see the machine gun fire. They could hear the roar of the engines. They didn't know exactly what to do and how to do it. This is Tora, the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, and we've taken you back to that fateful morning of December 7th, 1941. 183 fighters and bombers from Japan's first air fleet coming in from the right, the Cape torpedo bombers with those special shallow running torpedoes. Overhead the Val-Eye bomber. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was it. One B-17 pilot, a Major Landon, trying to land, said, "What a hell of a way to enter a war. Out of gas, unarmed, and no place to land." 8 B-17s actually made it to Hickam Field. At the conclusion of the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, more than half of America's entire naval fleet had been destroyed or damaged. Nearly 2,400 Americans were killed, over 1,200 wounded, and at the time, 960 were missing.
Kết quả trận này là 24.000 lính Mỹ đã chết và 12.000
virtually every U.S. military aircraft in Hawaii. 2 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 2 light cruisers were destroyed. 6 battleships were damaged. Our greatest naval base lay in ruins, along with our complacency. The following day, December 8th, 19...
From Japan makes it obvious that the attack was deliberately planned.
Giọng nói của Tổng thống Roosevelt.
The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous might will win through to absolute victory.
Tổng thống Roosevelt đã công bố tình trạng chiến tranh trước Quốc hội.
The United States sank every one of the carriers, battleships, and cruisers of the Japanese task force. Nagasaki, the city where the special armor busting bombs were made, was destroyed by a U.S. atom bomb on August 9th of 1945. And when the Japanese surrender document was signed on September 2nd,
Và Hoa Kỳ đã quyết định ném bom vào Nagasaki và Hiroshima 3 tháng sau đó.
And now, as a final salute to everyone here at Wings Over Wayne at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, our tour airplanes coming in from the right. Get your cameras ready as we listen to the late, great Kate Smith singing God Bless America. A salute from Tora, 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 and then I will introduce each of the pilots to you.
We feel hot over here, right?
Tora aircraft, our lead, Tora lead Mike Hart from Galveston, Texas. Tora 111, Patrick Hutchins from Surfside. That's also in Texas. Following him, Ron Wright, number 112 from Huntsville, Texas. And our 2K pilots. First, Bob Watts from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Then Mike Hastings from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The valve being flown by Craig Heathane from Conroe, Texas. And number 114, Dan Reedy from South Houston, Texas. Our lead is Gordy Webb from Springport, Michigan. I'm Ray Norton from McAllen, Texas. We are Now, everybody, you've seen the recreation of the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. We got a little treat for you. Jim Ryan, Toro 113, is working on his aerobatic license. Nope, not today. I'm sorry, because of the weather this morning, we're kind of tight on time, so we're not able to bring that to you. Jim Ryan will be landing here shortly. He's a member of our crew. He's also from Brazoria County in the Houston-Galveston area. We've enjoyed being here at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Thank you. We hope to come back the next time, 2 years from now. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. And pass along to Gordy and all the other troops on the other side of the field. That was one magnificent wall of fire here today. As the last of our Toro flight comes into land, we're preparing to move into position, Mr. Buck Ropeland. Buck founded Wild Horse Aviation in 2006, and it specializes in aircraft acquisition, maintenance, fabrication, and support. Buck has been flying for over 35 years, and he has flown over 105 different types of airplanes, from Piper Cubs to corporate jets, resulting in more than 13,500 hours of flight time. Buck has holds FAA certificates as an ATP, commercial multi-engine, certified flight instructor, certified flight instructor instrument, certified flight instructor multi-engine. He's typed the leadership, the West citation, and the Hawker. In addition, he's a well-known airframe and power plant mechanic with inspection authorization and an aerobatic competency examiner for the International Council of Air Shows. Buck has been married to his high school sweetheart, Candace Ropeland, for over 33 years. They have 3 children, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. Buck is going to be flying a highly modified Pitts S2S. Is not your granddad's S2S. It's been highly modified. It has a stronger spar. It has larger aileron. It has a bigger tail, and it has an engine on the front that was originally designed to produce 260 horsepower, but today is making out over 400 horses under the hood. As he comes back, pulling into the vertical. He's going to give us the vertical roll up. And Humpty up at the top, and he says, oh, it's full of air every time. Let's kick it over to Shark's Teeth. Get into an inside spin on the way to it down. As he reaches the right-hand side of our invisible aerobatic box, he takes the airplane into the vertical one more time. The Lucas Oil Special, climbing like a whole thick angel. He pulls it around at 5/8 of the loop. 45-degree downline and gives us a roll and a half. 1.5 rolls to get himself back right side up. Talking about that engine, 400 horses under the hood. Watch now as it pulls the airplane skyward. Higher, 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 until Buck has to slowly drop down before he facing the cloud and hangs the airplane on its old propeller, turning it into a helicopter. The airplane is rolling due to the torque of the engine as he starts to back down and whip stalls back out. Hey, Buck's off the runway. He's got it, the spokes on. Listen to the whine of that 400 horsepower engine as Buck reaches the left-hand side of the aerobatic airspace. Again, he pulls it up. A series of aileron rolls on the way up, and back there. I never heard. That's you people down in the cheap seats on the left as he gives you the tuck under and heads right back to the airshow. Starts to roll, and let's see how it works this time. As he takes it, biplanes aren't supposed to tumble, but there he is, Buck Rupp and tumbling. The Lucas Oil Special. And there he's coming back down. The airplane starts to fly again. He unwinds it on the way in. Next turnaround maneuver at the right-hand side. Half-Cuban 8 turnaround as he reaches the left-hand side, or right-hand side, excuse me, with actually a full rollover. He's upside down.
Upside down.
Are you going to try the inside-outside loop? He pulls about 4 negative G's, pushes forward on the stick. The centrifugal force is trying to force him out of the cockpit. At the top, he gives us a step roll, and recovers for the second part of the inside-outside whip. This fun transforming a heart. I'm glad Candy's not here. He must be flirting with some of the girls in the audience. Hammerhead over on the left-hand side. Very efficient way for an airshow pilot to turn around, turn all your airspeed into altitude, keep the rudder, then turn all the altitude back into airspeed as he comes back for his next maneuver, the 4-point roll. Goes up, there's 1. There's 3. And he rolls it out to the 4th point. I don't think he took plane geometry in high school because I've never seen one perform exactly like that. All right, Buck is out there going with a wide sweeping fighter plane type turnaround as he once again establishes himself on the 500-foot airshow center line. And speaking of the airshow center line, would you please note our brave pole holders who have assembled on the center line holding a ribbon approximately 20 feet above the ground. Buck's going to come across here, slow and roll. The placement of that ribbon, which is going to be very, very similar. Well, he's going, or not very similar, he needs to know exactly where that right is. All right, if the temperature is a lot less than it was yesterday. Normally bumpers break off at this point and allow the engine to cool just a little bit, but I don't think he's going to have to do that today. If he gets over there on the left-hand side, the hammerhead turn, a couple of spins on the way back down. He pulls the nose up, gives us a roll over, and right there, step rolls and into. Ooh, I'll tell you what, that's a lumpy lump to the right, to the right wing down. All right, coming down once again, he's over to the right-hand side of the airspace. He'll get himself turned back around and coming back in for his next maneuver he calls the centrifuge.